This is Hollywood. Matías Bombal with you. From 20th Century Fox Film Corporation comes the latest film realization of a Nicholas Sparks romance story. There have been 10 now, and this offers 2 movies in one, The Longest Ride. The first story begins when Britt Robertson is taken to a bull riding show by her girlfriend, played by Glee's Melissa Benoist, on the basis that cowboys are good-looking. There, she sees and is impressed by Scott Eastwood, Clint Eastwood's real-life son, who is a bull ring master. After a few rough bucks getting started, she succumbs to his steely gaze, and the two start spending time together.
All right, the goal is pretty simple. All you gotta do is hang on for 8 seconds.
Wow, there's nothing to it.
Some bulls are nice like that.
So how do you know which one you're gonna get?
You don't. You pick from a bowl.
Whoa! That's impossible!
If you're off balance even a little, you lose points. But if you control the bull, you get style points.
Is that how you do the hand? That?
The key catalyst for these two getting closer, she an aspiring art dealer and he throwing bulls, is the shared experience of saving the life of a man who had been in an automobile accident. This is played by Alan Alda. As he's pulled from the wreckage, he finds a box on the seat of the car which he says, "Please save." She stays at the hospital with Alda until he is conscious, and while she's waiting, curiosity gets the best of her, and she opens the box to find his many letters, which she begins to read. This opens the second movie within the first movie, which is the concurrent tale, told in flashback initially, then later interwoven, of Alda's character's life with his beloved wife. In flashback, we see the 1940s and a proposal.
Hey, Ruth, I need to ask you something.
Wait. I want a big family, a really big family. I've always wanted one since I was a little girl, and everything that's going on now, I feel this need, this responsibility to bring life back into the world.
Sounds perfect.
You can ask me now.
Ruth, look, I know I'm not a rich man. Don't know the last thing about art. All I can do is promise to love you every second of every day for the rest of my life.
Really?
Will you marry me?
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. What took you so long?
Una Chaplin there and Jack Huston playing the young Alan Alda in the second storyline, which I enjoyed quite a bit. It's remarkable to see the children and grandchildren of famous film stars of the past follow in the iconic footsteps of their family members. Una is Charlie Chaplin's granddaughter with Una O'Neill, herself the daughter of Eugene O'Neill, the playwright. And Jack is from a long line of famous acting Hustons going way back to John and Walter Huston. Even Alan Alda's dad, Robert, was in the movies before he was. Here, he, Alan Alda, tells the MAB Studios what drew him to this tale.
One of the things I really like about this story is that it starts where most other stories about love and romance end. The couple gets together at the end and everything's going to be great. And they're still in the throes of early romance. But the transition from early romance to long-term love is a hard road. It's a long ride. And to make that takes things that we don't hear about much in love stories. It takes compromise, it takes learning how to put the other person sometimes ahead of yourself, putting the team ahead of both of you.
So how is the movie, or should I say the movies? I'm not fond of the 2-for-1 movie concept that ties up in a neat bow, and the frame or first story here, to me, was not as strong. This was compounded by the fact that Scott Eastwood is much like his father in voice and gesture, to the point that it pulled me out of the story thinking how much his demeanor was like that of his famous father. There were a couple of shots where I could see Rowdy Yates before I returned to the truth of the fact that it was the Eastwood offspring. The movie Within was rather good. What I don't like about these movies made from Nicholas Sparks' romance novels are the similar formula and plot elements. What I did like was the fact that these movies reminded me of classic Hollywood studio movies. Nothing is told fast, no quick cutting, but beautiful photography and long shots that let you absorb all that's there on the screen before you. This is so needed in movies today, and one rarely sees that style anymore. I miss it. There are, of course, the obligatory shots of young Eastwood's torso to steam up the teen readers of the Sparks books. This would have been so much better and shorter as the single story, that of the couple of the 1940s. If you go, be prepared for a 2-hour and 20-minute running time. This is directed by George Tillman, Jr. The Motion Picture Association of America has given this a PG-13 rating. This is your pal, Matías Bombal, bidding you a fond farewell.